Basically, the meaning of cluster is grouping of same kind of elements. So if you have observed that in the floral and in many Arabic designs, the same flower, consider this flower, the same flower is used for grouping in this way. So this is called the cluster, because the same pattern of flower, the same flower is used for forming the group, or we can say this three, 1, 2 and 3, these three flowers are created with same pattern. So here we'll see in different varieties of mehndi designs which kind of flowers and how they are combined. So let us first take the example of rose mehndi design. So in rose flower, as we are familiar with creating rose flower, I have already uploaded so many videos related with creation of rose flower in Mehndi Henna design, Mehndi class for beginners tutorial. So just refer that playlist, and I have also started one more channel. The name of that channel is Mehndi Art Class for Beginners. You can find the link of that channel from the channel section of my channel. In that channel, all the videos are uploaded in sequential manner. So do visit that channel if you are a beginner and just you have started the learning of this art. So here is what one rose, one Gulf style rose we have created. Okay, now the same rose pattern I am going to work here and here also. So how to start? So basically, whenever you are adding one more element to the with the previous one, then always start with the center, as the center of this rose is this one. Now here I will just create two petals. Why? Because I am going to show this section of this one, only half. So that's why just parallelly make your another petals. Now this will be the last layer of this second rose flower. Now the third flower that I am going to arrange over here. So again, whenever you are adding the same pattern element flower, then always start with the center. Now in the next layer I will only show two petals, as I told you. Then the last petal. So here we have created cluster of Gulf style rose. Now what to do next? Here you can add cluster of leaf. Now to make more attractive, just redraw any one side of this leaf. The same group you can also reflect over here also and over here also, or otherwise you can start making your design from here. You can take one traditional strip and you can continue your design. So this is about the creating rose flower curve style, cluster of rose flower. Now next is I am going to show you cluster of Arabic flower. So for that, first we are going to make the center flower. So group while you are grouping flowers, then always first make make the full flower. Okay, apply some dots. Now let us start creating petals. Now I am going to work this kind of petals with low height and more width. It will look like 3D effect. This will give you 3D effect. To your work. So here I have created one flower. Now apply shading very lightly. Okay, now next is creating the same flower at different angle. So now next flower I am going to work over here. So whenever, as I told you previously, whenever you are making second flower, then always start from the center. Now the center of flower is this, so just we need to maintain the same pattern. Apply dots. Now apply this pattern. Okay, now start working for the petals. So here I have first created first petal, second, third. Now the fourth petal I need to create only half. Now what is remaining is shading. Apply shading in each of petals because we need to maintain the same pattern for each of flower in the cluster. Now first, second and third flower is at this position. So as I told you, always start from the center. Again I need to put lots of dots randomly in the center. Then I need to start making petals. Now here it is difficult to start at this point, so first I will create central petal, and with the help of this petal I will create another half petals. Now apply shading. So similarly you can work the same form of group for different petals. Instead of this petal you can also take this petal, then this petal. Instead of this you can also replace these flowers with this petal. I have already created so many petals in the special video. The name of that video is Mehndi Class for Beginners. Different kinds of petals for Arabic as well as for Gulf style henna design. Now another way of grouping is so this is the first one. Now second I am going to create over here. So I have started from the center, then I am creating the petals. Then the third will be at this position. Okay, now if you wish, then you can add leaves. At here, and at here also, if you like, then you can add flower instead of leaf. So this is the cluster of 4 elements, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Here is the cluster of 3 elements, again cluster of 3 elements, 3 flowers. Now one more thing. Now here I am showing you cluster of tiny Gulf style rose flower. As you can observe, here I am going to start making of center from this place so that I can cover whole flower. Again start from here. Similarly create lots of small tiny bulb style roses according to the shape. In this kind of cluster grouping, you just need to take care that two petals of different flowers should not merge. You have to keep minimum space between each of these two petals of different flowers. So always take care while you are forming cluster of so many number of gulf style flowers as I am doing here. So here I have created cluster of tiny roses in the form of triangle. Just add one, two more. So if you see that here I have created cluster of Gulf style tiny rose flowers in a triangular way. You can add leaf, group of leaf wherever you find empty corner space. Now the same cluster you can add here also in this way, so that it will form ornamental design. So this is all about doing cluster, forming cluster of different floral elements. So once again, let us revise the things. First, create whole flower or 100% flower. Then create the second one at here, that will be 70%, and the third one over here, that will be again reduced size, is somewhat 60%. So this is the basic arrangement for forming the group of flowers. So thank you for watching. Keep watching, keep practicing.